What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spotlight by CG Ruthless, man. Let's welcome my special guest from Keiser University, offensive lineman. Let's say Roderick Carter Jr., bro. How's it going?
How's it going, man? Appreciate you having me on here, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. Anytime. For those people who are not familiar with you, man, tell the people who you are.
All right, so I'm Roderick Carter Jr., born and raised in West Palm Beach, Florida. Went to Palm Beach Central High School, and then I did my college career at Keiser University.
All right, man. So you played a very small college. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So coming. Oh, okay. My bad. No, but coming out of high school, was there other offers or no?
Right out of high school, I did go to West Liberty University. It's a Division II school in West Virginia. But ultimately, I decided to come home and go play for Keiser because I wanted to be closer to home.
Okay, that makes sense because you said you're from Florida, so you wanted to come close to home and all that. So, what got you into football in the early part, man?
Oh, so football, as my dad likes to say, it's in my DNA. So my dad actually played football. My dad played at the University of Miami, and then he was later on drafted by the Cowboys in 1989. So football has been in my life since before I was born.
Oh, interesting. So he was a part of that. Was he a part of that Cowboy Super Bowl?
No. He wasn't there for that long, but he did win a
Oh,
national championship at University of Miami.
so he must have played with the likes of Dwayne Johnson there, right? No.
No, he's a little earlier. He won. My dad was there from 1984 to 88.
Man, those were the times when Miami Hurricanes were something, man. That's
No,
when they were like really good back then. Yeah, they were the real deal. I mean, they still got a pretty good program, but
yeah.
you had to submit your own legacy, so that's kind of cool. So following your dad's footstep and all that. So what other positions did you play?
I did play deep. Actually, when I came to Keiser, I played started at defensive tackle. But the offensive line coach Jelani Lord, I guess he saw something and he was like, "Nah, man, I want you to go play offensive line." And then since then, I just started playing offensive line and started doing my thing.
Oh, that's cool, man. I mean, it kind of makes it a simple transition because even for a guy who switches from the other trenches, you kind of have a better understanding how you're going to face these defensive linemen.
Absolutely.
So what makes you feel like that's an advantage when you play that position?
Definitely knowing like that mindset. Is definitely, especially with the downs on, say, for third down. I know if I'm a defensive tackle, I'm trying to go get to that quarterback. So I know I have to use certain techniques to stop them at all costs to get into that quarterback.
Oh,
So
yeah.
just little things like that.
Yeah, those are the little things that kind of count because it gives you a better understanding of what they're going to do and what their tendencies are because you played it. So you would say, you know what, I would think this way because I played that side before.
Exactly.
But okay, so have you met with any other NFL teams or no?
As of right now, I have not, but I did have an opportunity to go to the College Gridiron Showcase in January, and that was an awesome experience. I did meet with an indoor team, but it was a definitely experience to go against all those Division I guys because as an NAI guy, you don't really get to go against those type of caliber guys, and then it was good to get those scouts to be able to see me go against those Division I guys.
I mean, at least you kind of gained something out of it,
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
like, so going to that bowl game kind of gave you some experience to go against some of the best, huh?
Yep, definitely.
So was there a team you grew up watching that you would love to play for? Like, I guess
Um,
like your dad play Cowboys.
Yeah, that would definitely be a full circle moment. But other than that, I really don't. I've never had a favorite team. I've always been more of a player guy. So I grew up watching Tom Brady was a big person I used to follow just because of like his greatness and his leadership. So that was something I gravitated towards.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I guess it kind of comes with the flow, like you said, it came with players and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But I mean, you got some big shoes to follow with your dad, so that's
yeah.
got to be something. I mean, do you take that as like a good honor or pressure a little bit,
Yeah,
or
I don't see it as pressure. It's just something, it's a goal of mine, and that's something I want to achieve. He absolutely puts no pressure on me. He actually told me when I was younger that I didn't have to play football, but this was something that I chose to do.
yeah? Some parents kind of just some of them can be very supportive in that way, and then some of them say, "Hey, man, you got some big shoes to fill. You if you want to
My
still be in that same category." But at least you don't have to be put in the shadow of your father, because some people would say, "Oh yeah, we know you because you're so and so son," and all that, But it's a challenge, But you take it as motivation that you can prove otherwise that you're just more than that.
Absolutely.
So, how do you prepare for games when you face your opponents?
So my preparation is film. I'm a big film guy, big film junkie. I'm studying them, seeing what their tendencies are, seeing how they react to certain things, seeing if they're emotional or not, see what I can do. Those little things that I can, get an edge in on a game. And then when it comes to practice, going against a scout team, asking the scout team players to do certain movements that I see certain moves, whether it's a rip, spin, wipers, double wipers, whatever it is, asking those scout team guys to do those moves on me just so I can be prepared for it in the game because I know it's coming.
Okay. So, looking from NFL teams, would they look at you mostly as a center or a
Yeah,
guard?
a center. Definitely
What?
a center.
A center?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's something that gets kind of like underappreciated sometimes because it's like you guys do mostly the dirty work, especially when you had to hike the ball
yeah.
and move at the same time. It's not as easy as people think. Oh, it shouldn't be that hard. You could just
It's
snap to the quarterback. No, you got to move immediately once you snap that ball.
absolutely, especially when you have a 300-pound guy right in your face, and you got to snap the ball right before the ball snaps. You got to call out the mic, call out the front, all that.
Yeah, especially me, man. I can relate to it, man, because I thought this was nothing at first, but then I had to practice it more and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
it's not as easy as people think, man. You
no,
have to move
yeah.
quick,
You
or
have to.
else
Yeah,
you get left behind on those plays. But yeah, like I feel like center doesn't like. I feel like people would think, oh, this would be nothing. Not. I think this is probably the most difficult one of the offensive linemen because you got to do the communication, you got to do the protection,
absolutely.
and all that stuff. And if you don't do it right, it can be a disaster right
Yeah,
away because you're like the quarterback of that offensive line.
pretty much. And then the play starts with you. You have a bad snap, the play's dead.
Yep, that's how I learned too, and it can relate. But I guess Butterfly was asking who was your dad.
My dad is Roderick Carter Jr. Like I said, he played for the University of Miami. He played middle linebacker, number 91.
Okay, that's cool. At least I can see why your name's Junior because of your dad.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Now I know. So I might have to look him up and see because my mom happened to be a Dallas fan, so she would probably want to know who they. But in all seriously, bro. But outside of football, who are you, man?
Well, now I'm a father now, so which has been the greatest thing ever to happen to me. A baby boy born in December 11th. His name is Roger Carter III.
Ooh, another Roger Carter. That's
Yeah,
another the
yeah,
tradition.
trying to keep a tradition going on over here. But yeah, man, I'm a just kind-hearted guy, who likes to have fun, good kind of fun. But and I'm very family oriented. I'm extremely big on family.
Okay, that's good. At least you're a father, and at least you have another foundation for that. But so what's your backup plan? Like like major wise, like what did you major in college?
Yeah, business management. That was my major. So definitely a backup plan would be getting something with dealing with business, working in a Fortune 500 company, and then eventually becoming a franchise, doing a franchise. So I want to be able to franchise my own Chick-fil-A. So that's always something I wanted to do.
Oh, nice, man. So you want to run a franchise with Chick-fil-A?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm not too big on it, but I like their certain stuff a little bit. I'm not too
Yeah,
big.
yep. I love Chick-fil-A. Big Chick-fil-A guy.
Yeah. I think I heard the grilled chicken's pretty decent and their
Yeah,
chicken sandwiches are all right. But yeah. So I guess since there's like other ways, you have a bright future ahead of you no matter where you go, whether you go to the NFL or not. It doesn't matter what you do from here. You gotta most people wouldn't think ahead of schedule. They would just say, you know what, I'm just gonna pursue this, and
yeah.
you never know how it plays out. But I'm pretty sure you're more than capable, man. I'm pretty sure if they gave you an opportunity, you'll show otherwise.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But
I just need an opportunity. That's all it is.
yeah, playing center can be something eye-opening for some teams. I think center doesn't get much value than most people would expect, but
And then also I played So I played center and guard. So I played both of those positions at a high level, or All American, and then being the 3-time All Conference guy. So I'm able to. Definitely, my versatility is another thing to add to myself.
Okay, so versatility is something like you play guard and center, so that's a plus for some teams because they're gonna want to put in somebody who can play that spot or the other spot, But
Definitely not one dimensional.
I mean, centers don't even get the much pay. It's crazy because you see tackles, they get the crazy money because they go against the outside, of course.
Yeah, they have a hard job though, especially against those pass rushers.
Yeah, but when you play like guard or center, the pay should be kind of similar, if not
Yeah,
there.
yeah, definitely. Because those that interior is the trenches. That's the tackle stuff. They can get pretty and stuff like that. Get all do because they're going against guys who do nothing but pass rush, spin moves. But we're going against those big heavy guys. That's more bull rush, rip moves and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because if you look at the market value, they're not getting nothing compared to the guards. And the guards are just no different than you guys, It's like you said, the interior. But so when did you feel like when you played college that, hey, I can play in the NFL one day?
I just think, me separating myself from the pack. And then once I earned All-American, I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And then being as consistent as I was on the field, I was like, this is something that I can definitely do playing, and I can really play this at a high level.
Okay. That kind of gives you some confidence once you play at a very high level. I mean, it only gives you more confidence from there on. So from your competition, man, from playing at that college from Keiser, what was the atmosphere playing over there?
Oh, the atmosphere was great. We were definitely family oriented. So majority of the crowd was definitely our family, but our family came heavy and our family came deep, and they were cheering us on. But for the competition, there's good competition. A lot of people don't know about the NAIA, which is a problem, but because there's some good ball down there. If you watch any of our games, you'll be like, okay, this is some good ball. It's just not. We just don't have the exposure.
That's true. You know what? It's hard with some of these small schools, and that's just like I think some of you guys should get some exposure either way, man. Like it's football. Football's football. Everybody loves football, but if, like you said, if it's good competition, then it's going to be worth watching, of course.
Exactly.
But this is where NFL teams will check on you whether you're the kind of guy they're looking for or not. So what would be something that you need to improve on the most going into the NFL since you had this amount of years in college?
I would definitely say I feel like my groundwork is great. I think I have great footwork, all that. Just more so, I would say not getting downfield, but the screenplays, even though I get downfield with ease. Get to that second and third level with ease, but just more so getting down there and open up more lanes and stuff like that. I want to add that like X factor to my game where it's like if I'm coming down there, it's over with.
Okay. I mean, that's something we all got to work, especially playing at the offensive line spot, even center. You got to be more capable of those spots. But I think with time, you'll get there. So what's your pro day going to be at?
So right now we're finalizing my pro day right now. So we're just getting all the little details because it's not going to be at Keiser. It's going to be at another university. So we're going to, right now, me and my agent, we're just getting those little final details.
Okay. At least you'll get an idea where to go from here. So we'll do some rapid fire questions and then we'll go with common sense and all that stuff. So let's see. So rapid fire. So we'll go with fast food for something common, like let's say McDonald's or Burger King. What would you take?
McDonald's for sure.
Man, McDonald's is just the most common answer. Like for those people, why would it have to be McDonald's? Like I just like the chicken nuggets. That's about it.
I'm more the big chickens. That's why. That's what I'm thinking
of. I like some of their burgers a little bit, but I usually just like the charbroils mostly. It's just something I like. But like you can't go wrong with it, especially their breakfast. They're pretty good. Yeah. But okay, for soda, it's like you gotta choose one. Coke or Pepsi, man? It just seems like everybody has to pick one.
I'm gonna say Pepsi.
Okay, now we're talking, man. I like that. Don't get me wrong, Coke's okay, but Pepsi just has a better taste.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I guess if we were to pick our own local shop to go to, like Walmart or Target, man, what would it be?
Target.
What?
Target.
Oh, Target. Okay.
Yeah. Target.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, you get some pretty nice solid deals, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong with either choice. I mean, but it's like one of those. I mean, so I guess you can't go wrong with how you look at it. But okay, common sense. Let's go with something more like, you probably have seen it from time to time, or maybe it's rare to you. But let's say you have a quitter on your team and he just isn't sold to the team anymore. And he's on the field, but he refuses to go out there, and he has that kind of like the attitude like he's upset because he got replaced or something, and they wanted him to go out there because of an injury. How would you deal with that circumstances for a teammate that just walked out and quit on you on national television?
Honestly, I would have a private conversation with him. I wouldn't want to put him on blast. I would have a private conversation with him, talk to him, ask him what's going on, and like, why are you feeling like you need to quit? What was the reason behind it? What happened? What were the because there had to be things that led up to it. Somebody just doesn't make a rash decision like that in a snap in the moment. So there had to be a breaking point. So
That makes sense. I mean, you want to see what the situation is before you come into that conclusion. But if it's something like that's not good, then at least you can address him personally. But
yeah.
okay, so let's say one of your let's say your quarterback and let's say one of your receivers is just not on the same page with the quarterback, and they're really going at it, altercation in the sidelines. How do you deal with it as a leader of the offensive line?
So one, we're gonna have to separate them, and we're gonna have separate conversations with them. And then once I feel like they're level headed and cooled off, we're gonna bring them together and have a conversation with them. Let them know, hey, we're teammates, we're brothers at the end of the day, and we're here to meet one goal, and that's to win.
Well, I like to. That's the exact kind of attitude I like, man. You want to make sure things kind of cool off and make them be on the same page and all that. So I can relate to that. So let's say going into halftime, you guys are down by multiple touchdowns, and what's your best speech or what you can do to get this team to come from behind to win a ball game?
So I'm definitely walking it in, and I'm going to get everybody's attention and ask them, what are we doing out here? What's going on? These people are not. This team is not better than us. We prepared better than them. We are better than them. So let's act like we're better than them. So, and then, pretty much, and just get the old line with me. And then, because that's the main point, is my old line.
Yeah. It's something that you guys can just fire up the entire team and all that stuff. So, I mean, just from your entire college career, what have you kind of like worked on the most that you improved on? Like over the years, like over the years you had to improve on this part in your early part, but what got you better at the next level?
I think definitely that the weight room. The beginning, like my freshman year, I probably wasn't one of the strongest. To my senior year, definitely 100% being the strongest person on my line, pretty much on my team. So that weight room was a big factor for me, where I really honed in, and especially on summer times, and then even during the season, I'm lifting at night and lifting extra.
Okay, I mean that's at least something you can come away with. You got stronger, and you think you can relate to the next level. So, oh, that's a good one. What age did you start playing football? Right.
I started playing football at 6.
Okay, 6 years old. Usually for some kids, they usually play the little league stuff, but for a 6-year-old, that's a pretty solid early start.
Yeah. Definitely started with flag football first.
I know there was a lot of these young kids at the time. They had to be put into safety cautions in the moment, so all that stuff. So did you play during the COVID year or no?
Yes, I did, but I didn't play until the spring, and we had the playoffs in the spring. So my first start I got against Arizona Christian in that spring, April. We actually played in April. It was so different. We almost had like a second fall camp, pretty much, because we got a break because of the COVID.
Man, so it was very challenging for sure, huh?
Yeah, it's extremely challenging.
Man, I just don't understand. Like, I just never knew how so many colleges with different names. You just said you guys had to like play a matchup with Arizona Christian. Never heard of that school. I mean, but there's just a lot of that's the crazy part. Like I'm just starting to know about Keiser, which is somewhere in West Palm Beach, right?
Yep. From Military Trail.
Yeah. But the position, so I guess but what position did you start playing at 6 years old? I guess your first position.
First position was actually quarterback.
Quarterback,
so, okay. Yeah, quarterback. I actually didn't play. I didn't touch the line until I got to high school. But I played quarterback. I played running back, and I played middle linebacker.
But I mean, once you got bigger and grew out of the position, they started moving you to that position eventually. I mean, when I first played, it was mostly just I think I only played running back in the beginning.
Okay.
But then it kind of translated to something else. But it wasn't like I was just tiny back then, so they had to use me different ways to run. But like when you look at how these games go into, man, it's like it gets better as it goes on. But when did you feel that the game got slower for you?
I'm going to say my sophomore year. My sophomore year, that's when things really slowed down for me, when I really learned that playbook, where I was like, okay, I don't have to think anymore about the play, where now I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do, what type of technique, how I'm going to step before this play, and what type of angle I'm going to take if I have to get to the linebacker.
Okay. So what advice have you gotten from your father going into the NFL, or just anybody who played in the NFL from your?
My dad basically just told me, be consistent and be 100% into it. Because if you're not 100% into it, nothing's going to happen. And then give it your all, because, there's nothing to lose.
I mean, he isn't lying. Like, you got to be committed and consistent to it. So, yeah. Because if you're not really fully into it, then what's the point of being there? It's like they all say. But, yeah. Exactly. You're here to live out a dream, and you're here to prove otherwise. So,
yes, sir.
I feel like offensive lineman does not get enough recognition. They don't get enough love, man. Why do you feel like they don't get enough love, man?
I just think because we do the dirty work. That's really what it is. We do the dirty work, and then when the ball snaps, it looks like there's just a bunch of big people hitting each other from the crowd's point of view, so they don't really know what's going on. But those people who really watch football know that the game is won in the trenches.
Yep.
And if your O-line or D-line's not right, sorry to tell you, but you may not be winning that game.
Yeah, because the running game is nothing without the trenches. I mean, you can be Saquon Barkley all you want, but if you don't have an offensive lineman, it don't mean nothing. Look at the Giants.
Exactly.
But I guess for Butterfly's question, so have you ever met Troy Aikman? I mean,
no, I have not.
I guess it doesn't. The answer doesn't reply Butterfly, but I'm pretty sure he would be somebody kind of interesting to meet. Also, I mean,
yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't kind of get offended by the way he talks as analyst. He seems pretty cool with his stuff. But as far as like sometimes, I just feel like sometimes when I'm watching the game, I'm like, him and Buck need to chill. But yeah, so what was your best film game that you look at? Like when you look at your game, you would say, you know what, this was probably my best game overall.
I would definitely say I had two good games. Definitely from this year will be when we played Weber International. I don't know if you ever heard of that school before. Weber International. And this year I played guard. And then last year in the 2023 season, I played center. Would be when we played against Valdosta State, and then in the national championship.
Okay, that at least kind of gave you some good tape right there against that type of competition. So, I mean, it would be eye-opening for them to check out. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure you got everything ahead of time. But I'm thinking, like, if there's other plans, would you ever even think of pro wrestler one day or not?
I've thought about it, and a couple people told me they think I would be good at it. Honestly, if the opportunity presents itself, I wouldn't knock it.
I mean, opportunities always can come around, but I'm saying like that can be another down the road, like you even said some of your friends or people might have said that before, but football is your main priority of course, absolutely. But it's like, you never know. There's unlimited opportunities, man.
Yeah.
And how do you guys like diet? For some athletes, they have to stay in the best shape and be on a certain way to play at that level.
So I'm on a really high protein diet, and then not really eating too much carbs and a lot of vegetables. So pretty much mostly chicken, some mashed potatoes, and a lot of broccoli carrots, all that, whole 9 yards.
Yeah, that is something that we always have to balance on the diet a little bit. So it's
Yeah.
like we have to like maintain the health, and then you got to cut down the carbs and all the other stuff. But well, Butterfly, I don't know, man. We don't. It's all about him. But I mean, I guess how's your dad doing recently? I guess
He's doing good. My dad's doing great. Thriving. He actually this year he's going to turn 60. But my dad's doing great.
I mean, he's a big influence to you, of course.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's got to be somebody that's.
My dad is. I tell people all the time, my dad's the greatest man I know. So
Yeah.
he's had a huge impact on my life. Been there every step of the way for me, and showing me right from wrong.
Yeah, very supportive in your journey. So it's kind of been towards that. He even said you didn't have to go follow that dream he did, but you did anyway. So it's like you said, stick with it 100%, or else what's the point of being there?
Exactly.
But so since you already got your ideas of what you're investing, like the Chick-fil-A and all the other stuff, so I guess you kind of got an idea of how they balance that type of healthy stuff, huh?
A little bit.
Okay, so I guess we can just cover a couple more questions, then we can go from here. So, are you the kind of guy that likes to trash talk a little bit, or you're more of a guy that lets your play do the talking?
Oh, I do. If you ask any of my teammates, there's absolutely no trash talk for me. I'm more so, if I pancake you, I'm just going to stare at you and walk away. I've never been one to trash talk.
I mean, I've had to deal with something with before I even had to make the switch to center. I had to deal with somebody who was a trash talker at the offensive line. Man, they don't play a rat.
I have a teammate, my left tackle, Drew Guerriere. He was definitely the trash talker on the line.
Yeah, especially how some of them guys are in the trenches. You'd be surprised that some people be like saying, "Oh, they're usually not quite the talker." Well, there are some that could be talking. If they knock you down, they're gonna say, "Stay the hell down. Don't even bother." That's what they said. I never like a while back when I was playing like as a defensive lineman, this one center just completely just crushed the crap out of me, and he went on me and just said, "Stay the hell down." And I just got, that's just how they are. They can be a little bit aggressive at times, but yeah, I was like, and then the next play, I got him back, and I tell him, "Dude, you stay the hell down." So one more basic question. So let's say you have a chance to be an eligible receiver downfield to get a touchdown. Would you rather get multiple pancake blocks for your running back to get a long run touchdown, or would you rather get a touchdown on the goal line where they gave you the ball? It can either be running the ball or just getting the ball as an eligible receiver.
Honestly, I would definitely want the pancakes because I feel like that's more satisfying as an offensive lineman. And I've completely adapted the offensive lineman mentality of that. I'm second, so I'm willing to put my body on the line for my running back and quarterback and wide receivers at times.
Oh yeah, I like that, man. That's what offensive linemen take most pride, man. If you can get multiple defenders down and move down the field, that shows how tough you are and how good you are.
And I actually do have a touchdown from last year. It was a playoff game. Our quarterback fumbled in the end zone, and I jumped on the ball, and then they counted it for me for a touchdown.
Oh man, that's got to be. I mean, the fumble and you recover that and got a touchdown. Damn.
Yeah.
So, but I guess Pancake's more better because at least you kind of have a respectable name at it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, this guy's no joke.
Yeah.
But hey, man, whatever happens from this journey, bro, I hope that you get your opportunity. I'm definitely rooting for you to succeed, man. I know it's going to be a long process. All that dream that you had about playing into the NFL, it's coming into reality, bro. You get a chance to see what teams see in you and all that stuff. So whatever happens from here, just for those people who want to check your social media platform, man, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at BigRod_, and then on Instagram, you can find me at BigRod_ as well.
Oh, yeah. All right. For everybody else, go check out Keiser's center or guard, Roderick Carter Jr. Happens to come in the NFL bloodline. His dad played in the NFL once upon a time, guys, but he's in a different level. He's playing in the trenches, guys. So if you need a starting caliber center, if you need somebody to play the guard, man, give Roderick Carter Jr. a call, man. He's going to back you up. I got you guys.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, man, for sure. And everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in, and